Recovery can't even start until you stop being so hard on yourself. You have got to let go of the embarrassment, the guilt that you hold, because so I had put this in there because there are a couple things, and we'll get there. There's a difference between being trapped and immobilized, right? When you don't let go of that fear and that guilt, which is what needs to happen, and that's what I'm saying to everybody, is that you have to let go of that. You have to ease up on yourself. You have to, because you are immobilizing yourself. And I will get there, but I have written the exact definition of what that means. And that's what you're doing. You're preventing yourself from healing. So that's the first thing, is that you have got to let up on yourself. Whether you went back, and we've talked about this, on average, you go back 7 times, and that, but you know, a lot of people, the more they get down on themselves, the more depressed they get. Then some people are putting on weight, so then they feel horrible about themselves even more there. They don't want to get out of bed. And you cannot heal, recover, or even leave the relationship because you are holding it all like it's your own fault. Like you failed. Like you couldn't fix this person. And so that would be my first tip, is that I had to let go of the embarrassment, that I wasn't strong enough, that I let him beat me down like this. I had to let go of the guilt of leaving him and my daughter not having the family unit. I had to do that. So that would be the first thing that I say to somebody who's
let go of the guilt and the shame or fear, as it were, right?
Yes.
Would be the first one. Go ahead.
Let
you were
off
going to
yourself.
say?
Absolutely.
That we may have inside.
Yes. Let off yourself.
That we may have that. We need to work through that. It has to be let go. Matter of fact, I just gotta. I'm gonna do this here real quick, because you're getting some love on the screen from Shush No More. He said, let me see if I get this. I'm gonna read this to you. It says that you cannot feed their egos. Don't respond. And she threw you a amen in that. And she said that she went up to 320 pounds.
Yep. There
She went
are
up to 320 pounds in dealing with a knucklehead.
Because they deteriorate at your mentality. And I'll give you a brief example. I know
Don't
somebody.
forget, you got to give us number 2 and 3. But go ahead.
Yes, but I know somebody who, she knows that she put on weight, right? And she's been married to this person for 5 years. And she says to me, now we don't know each other throughout her whole marriage, but she says to me that that's the heaviest she's ever been. Well, dude walks up the other day and was like, oh, did you lose weight? And I looked at her and she's like, I am the heaviest. I said, he didn't say that because he thinks you lost weight. He said that because he knows how you feel about the weight, and he's trying to get into your head. That's why he said that. He knows. He's not stupid. So that's my first one. My second one, with dealing with a narcissist, which Shush No More just said, it is very important to go no contact. And now here is where I will give my exact life experience, and it's something that I was taught by you. Okay. Even if I go no contact.
Don't listen to Paxton.
But you're right.
Go ahead.
Even if I go no contact, and everybody needs to know this, even if you go no contact and you do not answer, you do not reply, you do not do this, but then you go on social media, right? And you post this post talking about how they do this or how they do that. Underlyingly, you're responding to them, and they're seeing that response, and you were 5,000% correct, not 100. You were 5,000% on point when you said that. I didn't even realize, being in the thick of it, that I was still having contact. I was still having that back and forth.
Right.
So that would be my second piece of advice: is
no contact.
But
especially on social media, or it's just something. I call it emotional porn. It's for them. It's like emotional porn. They look for it. They're looking for something. They could twist something that has nothing to do with them and make it about them. But they look for what they go like, oh, must be thinking about me. Well, so they go and do more stupid stuff. The stories. But anyhow,
since I've pulled off, okay, the harassment has gone down. I'd be generous. I'll say 85%. has gone down since I have stopped posting my feelings and reacting to what I'm going through. Focusing.
You cut that source of supply off, baby. You
Uh-huh.
went chop, big boy.
Yep. Yep.
Good.
Yep. And so
Chop,
that's my
chop.
number two. That's my number two is no
Got it.
contact, but fully. No contact totally across all boards. No response,
Yeah.
no emotion, no nothing. Okay. You're dead. Like, go back. The woman from Australia last night, she's like, at some point, you almost have to go back to before you met them and pretend you live there. Like, she was so on point when she
Okay,
said
that's
that.
pretty good.
You know,
Hey, you better time machine that puppy. You better, you go like,
Let's
you
go
hit
back.
the button. I'm going back in time now.